Yeah, very good morning to one and all. My name is Yojitha and I'm from the Vignan University and my paper title is The Mediating Role of Organizational Commitment in the Nexus of Received Support, Distributive Justice and Citizenship Behavior. And my paper mainly talks about the study which how to explore the organizational commitment mediating the relationship between the two independent variables like received supervisor support and distributive justice towards to attain whether the organization's relationship within the particular industry or in any organization, how it works and how they are attaining. And the survey data of an employees across the various industries were analyzed by using the SEM analysis to test direct and indirect effects, how these variables are performing on one-on-one. And here I'm going to test whether the supervisory support is directly how much they are getting the organization's relationship behavior and only the distributive justice towards the OCB, how it works, and through the organization commitment, how they are working. That my paper speaks for. And the key findings roughly I want to explain is the perceived supervisory support and distributive justice, how they strengthen the organization commitment, and the higher commitment, how it promotes the OCP and pro-social behavior. And organizational commitment serves a crucial mediator, and how you are going to see in the paper. And implications in these are practical and social. In practical terms, the organization must implement pay systems, support practices, and commitment building strategies to enhance the UCP. And so, in terms of social, the justice and support for uh, uh, support harmony, productivity, and sustainable work success. How it happens, we are going to see. And the introduction of my paper is the organization's citizenship behavior means it refers to the employees' voluntary behavior that go beyond the formal duties that enhance efficiency and teamwork and organization culture also. This organization support and supervisory support and distributive justice are the key drive for influence how the employee view their pain and recognition in the workplace. Some employees feel that their supervisors are not giving them 100% inputs and they are not having a good distributive justice among the workplace, and they feel that there is some differences between the one on one. So the organization commitment can strengthen the performance, loyalty, and discretionary behaviors. But it mediating role between the received supervisory support, distributive justice, and organization commitment requires the further exploitation also. Based on the literature, we have considered a few variables to test whether these combination will work towards the OCB or not. And the future focus of my study, this study helps to investigate how this perceived supervisory support and distributed justice influence on the OCB through mediating role of the organization company using this structural equation modeling method. And based on by using this survey method, the data has been collected through the across the industries, and the research examines direct and indirect effects on the support and justice, perceptions on employee extra role behaviors also. The main significance of this paper is to understand the relation between the employees, enables the organization to build fair and supportive environments, and enhance the employee commitment and promotes the OCB also. And mainly, the finding provides the practical insights for the managers to forehand in the future and to strengthen the engagement between the employees and to improve the teamwork and raise the workplace harmony and productivity also. The main research objectives of my study is to examine the impact of perceived organization support and distributive justice on organization commitment and organization's relationship behavior. To investigate the mediating role of the commitment in relation between the perceived organization support and OCB, and to analyze how this organization commitment mediates the relation between the distributive justice and OCD, and thereby contributing the organization behavioral theory. The main theories which I use in this paper is one is organization behavioral theory, and this helps how the behavior between the employee and employer and how they should be, so all things can be known. And based on this literature, I have focused and I considered these variables, and these are the few authors who told that 2024, they have stated the author Denny and Rosalie. They stated that advanced SEM methodology shows how this PSS and distributed justice directly affect on the OCB through work engagement and as well as an organization commitment also. And another the like part in 2022, the support supervisors improve the employee motivation and engagement, leading to and it helps to lead the higher OCB. And like that a few authors have stated the few literature and they found a few gaps, and that helps to develop my conceptual framework by considering the perceived supervisory support distributed justice as an independent variables and OCP organization relationship behavior as an independent as a dependent and organization commitment as a mediator. And the research methodology I followed is, and I consider the population from the employees from different industries in the India. The main target of my study is mainly in the hotels, and the sample size is 200 valid responses. And I use the sampling technique, simple random sampling, a full-time employees with greater than 6 months, 6 months experience minimum. And the measures which I use to develop my questionnaires is the precise supervisory support. I construct 5 items with 5-point repeat scale and distributed justice of 4 items and 5-point repeat scale, and organization commitment 6 items and 5-point repeat scale, and OCB with 5 items with 5-point repeat scale. And the data analysis which I use software are like SPSS and MOs, and techniques are like multiple and hierarchical regression, bootstrap mediation process by using MOs, and sober test. The main objective I used to attend by using these all things is to examine the direct effects and mediation role of the organizational commitment between the perceived support, distributed justice, and OCB. The data analysis and the result which I want to talk is the descriptive statistics and reliability, which is above for all the variables is greater than 0.70, which is acceptable. And the EFA, the exploratory factor analysis and confirmatory analysis, which helps to construct and validate the scale reliability. And I use the regression method to do the multiple and hierarchical regression to test direct effect of the visual supervisory support, distributed justice on organization commitment and OCB. And I have done a mediation analysis on how this organization commitment role is done between these variables to attain the OCB, like a bootstrapped indirect effect and sober test to confirm the mediation significance. So the reliability and validity I have got for all the variables is greater than 0.70, which is good internal consistency, and DFA and CFA and DFA are support construct validity, and mediation test I have done for received supervisory support towards the organization commitment and OCB are partially mediated confirmed, and you will see in further slide. And distributed justice towards the organization commitment and organization citizenship behavior is partially mediation confirmed. And these are the few results, and I have considered 4 hypotheses from my conceptual framework. First one is perceived workplace support, like supervisory support towards the OCB. Here, the supervisory support and commitment and OCB, I have taken the mean values of 4.5, and commitment is 3.2, and OCB is 4.1, which are all are acceptable. The standard deviations or values are also acceptable. Next, I have done for the same variables a multiple regression results to predict the organization commitment, how it is, and it showed that it is significant. And I have done a multiple regression results for predicting the OCB. Here up to the commitment and here up to the OCB, and these values are also for significant. Next, second hypothesis distributed justice towards the commitment and OCB, and these are the main values 4.10 and 3.5, and for the OCB 4.0, which all are acceptable. And here I have done the hierarchical regression results towards predicting the organization commitment. Here I have took the age, gender, and tenure as also the including variables to test along the distributive justice, and to know whether how these roles are playing with the distributive justice also. And hierarchical regression results, and here also I have to predict the OCB, and here also I have controlled the few controlling variables like age, gender, and tenure. Next, and the third hypothesis is organization commitment towards the precise supervisory support to OCP. And here supervisory support means for 4.15, and organization commitment is 3.92, and OCB is 4.05. And here the mediation result analysis by using the bootstrap indirect effect values are like for perceived supervisory support to OCP 0.22, and perceived support to the organization commitment 0.52, and commitment to OCP 0.43, and indirect effect like perceived supervisory support to organization commitment to OCP 0.22, and perceived support directly to OCT 0.44, which these values are all are acceptable, and it shows that these p values are significant. And finally, the last hypothesis is operational commitment mediates the distributed justice OCB. Here the mean is 4.12, and for commitment is 3.989, and for OCB is 4.06. And finally, the regression coefficient for the mediation analysis I have done is 0.5 for the distributed justice towards commitment. Commitment to OCB is 0.46, distributed justice to for OCB is 0.24, and distributed justice to OCB is 0.47, and p-values are significant. And here, finally, I would like to show the findings of my studies. And the few findings are the validation of the social exchange theory. which helps to study the perceived supervisory support and organization support, which enhance the commitment, which helps to increase the OCB level within the organization. Integration of distributed justice theories, like a fair distributed justice should be happen within the employees. That helps the employee commitment and helps to align the equity and fairness based models of organization behavior. Mediation role of commitment. This organization commitment acts as a bridge between support and the distributed justice and perceptions within the OCP, and reinforcing the commitment as a central OCB. And behavioral predictability is also done, which helps to strengthen the theoretical foundation for this predicting protection behaviors in the workplace where the fairness and support are enhanced. And managerial findings are like few. The perceived supervisory support enhances the organizational loyalty to the OCB, and that is 18% helps to improve the OCB as per the result. And implement fair reward systems can ensure the distributed justice and reduce the turnover intentions. And it was dropped by 15% and build strategies to strengthen the organization commitment as helps to increase the employee commitment and shows the higher engagement towards the organization. And enhance the supervisory support helps employees to involve more towards the organization policies and boost disciplinary behaviors. And it helps to promote the work engagement programs also for recognition, career growth, and that helps to increase the motivation among the employees and improve the OCB also. And these applies the findings in talent management by laying the fairness, support, and engagement initiatives to drive sustainable employee performance. The overall conclusion for my study is organizational commitment mediates a relation between the physical supervisory support, distributed justice, and OCB. And this helps to support and view the fair treatment among the employees and helps to increase the commitment and enhance the beyond the beneficial to the colleagues and the organization. And this commitment also improves the OCB to improve the innovation, cooperation, retention, provides a competitive advantages for the organizations also. And the precise supervisory support and distributed justice act as indirectly towards the commitment, promotes the fairness, flexibility, and employee welfare, and enhances a long-term performance within the organization. Overall, this study will provide a positive results for organizations. And there are the few future directions for my studies to investigate the cross-sectional, cross-cultural differences and industry-specific variations towards the receive support, fairness, and OCB, and to conduct a longitudinal studies to not only stop the study in particular sectors or particular organizations, they need to go on the study with the future with different sectors like an IT, healthcare, and education, and can know that how this OCB is acting in different sectors with different employees and mindset also. And this helps to find the gap between the employer and employee and where it's lagging. And it helps to examine the impact of technological development and AI in HR process also on organization commitment and OCB, because the AI is ruining the world in nowadays. And applying these findings to specific industry context can help for increasing to know the practical HR policies, implement what's going in different countries by knowing more things about it. And expanding the research across the organization, countries, and sectors can provide the deeper insight into the employee detection and film performance. And finally, I would like to conclude that this my study mainly speaks that by increasing the perceived supervisory support through the motivation from their employees to the employee and fair distributed justice among the employees can bring a positive results among the employees and increase the OCB level within the organization. And these are my references. And thank you.